Hey, it's Sean with Ilmo Entertainment, and joining me is This or the Apocalypse.
Hello.
Ricky and Jack. God, I almost fell on that one. What's happening, guys?
Not too much.
Welcome to Peoria.
Not a lot.
Haunt is out. It's rocking. You guys sat down with Chris Adler and did that, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. How'd that come about?
He came out to a show, and we played the Metal Fest that Lamb of God was headlining.
Okay.
But there were like different venues that you play, and we played at the really small one. And there's just a couple dudes with like really long beards that were like, yeah, you can't see. I'm doing the metal horns, but I'm wearing gloves, so you can't see. But one of our friends' bands comes up to us, and he's like, "Yo, that was Chris from Lamb of God," and I was like, "Oh, he must have been really drunk to watch my band and give me the metal horns." And apparently, he actually wasn't, and he came out to see the band. He was a fan. He had known Drew from Life Force. Drew was the guy who ran our American label at the time, and I guess Drew sent a CD. You know, he came out, and we ended up talking to him, and then he had plans in the works for doing an album with us. He wanted to produce. He knew who we wanted to record it. Did I miss any details?
No, not really.
Me and him were asleep in the bus. We're getting texts from Grant, our drummer, like, "I'm on Lamb of God's tour bus. Come hang out."
We were all really sick, and we were pissed because we just wanted to get out of there, but
we were tired.
it's all worth it.
It's all worth it.
Yeah.
So, you worked with them. What, you get a lot out of that? You think you'd do something like that again? Or you feel like, hey, we're up on our own, we're good? How's that play out?
I mean, I wouldn't mind doing it again, definitely.
Yeah, it was awesome.
It was a good experience.
Yeah,
no doubt about that.
Good experience. You learned a lot. I already knew all of it.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah,
Besides Chris or other people starting to catch on to the band? Or you feeling it more and more as you're out on the road? People are catching on?
Yeah.
Slowly but surely at the moment, but I mean, this is our first headlining tour that we've done for this album, so it's been going pretty well.
It's not really up to us. It's not our job to gauge people's reactions. I think any band's gonna try to sit and talk at length of what's going on for them, or whatever bullshit they want to tell you. But I mean, we show up at a show, we play, we enjoy what we do, we leave, we go to Walmart, we buy food and eat it, find a place to stay, do whatever. That's what we focus on doing. All the administrational side of things, where it's like, oh yeah, we're getting the ball rolling here, we're working these market, any of that stuff. I mean,
the reason I asked that, I mean, like, you said Chris Adler's sitting there rocking, throwing you the horns.
Yeah.
I mean, you getting that vibe, and other people are picking it up and going, yeah, because I mean, I put the CD in, I'm like, fuck yeah, I got to check these guys out, see what they're about.
Yeah,
Thanks, man.
definitely every show, there's new people that are really into it, which is nice. I mean, definitely have our, small, at this point, fan base that come out to the shows and stuff, and there's definitely new people, catch on every night, so it's
right on.
It's good.
We're just kids from Lancaster, so like, we don't really view them as fans. We view them as just totally people. I don't know if anybody can see the peacock.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna roll with that just for a second here, guys. There is a rockin' peacock walking back and forth in front of the interview.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna roll back here to you guys, but that was definitely well worth the. When it comes back by, we'll flip it down.
Yeah, just about our, the question. We see the fans come out, but more than anything, like, we kind of consider them just, people. They're people that just came out to see a band. We're not gonna like sit here and talk about like, oh, our fans are like this and our fans are like that, like some Dane Cook type thing, or something like that. But no, it's been awesome. We appreciate it so much, and I don't think Chris would have wanted to work with us if we were like, oh man, Lamb of God's drummer even likes us. Now we're the real thing.
Yeah, right.
It's not like we were cocky at all about this situation.
Yeah, when he emailed me, I was like, I still feel like you're like playing a prank on me or something. He's just like, I think he appreciated that we had a sense of humor about it.
It's, I mean, he's in one of the biggest metal bands, in America, these days. And it wasn't really, I didn't really think of him as anything like too high, because he's a very humble, like, personal guy. He was just a normal guy hanging out with him.
So, as far as this summer, more tour plans. I mean, I'm sure the machine just keeps turning, right?
Yeah, we've been nonstop since last March. So
okay,
we're going to Europe. We're going to Europe April and May with our friends that We Came as Romans and a couple other bands. That'll be sweet. I mean, we're still, we're kind of in a position as a band where we might be home February, might not be home in February. We might be home in March, might not be home in March. We don't know. So
Right.
it's fun. It's cool though. Like we get stuff done while we're home.
What's a little bit of a teaser? I mean, where are you hitting in Europe? I'm sure this video will get around, so
Yeah.
maybe throw some cities out. Do you know yet?
Yeah. There's quite a few dates in England. There's a date in Scotland, France, Germany. Quite a few dates in Germany, Rome. I think there's 2 dates in Italy. One is Rome, and
Cool.
there's a lot. There's a Czech date.
The homeland.
There's quite a few. I think the only place we're not playing is Denmark and Spain.
This guy knows everywhere we play. I'm like still at the point, like I'm tour managing this tour, so I know most of the areas we play. I text my friends and be like, hey man, you want to come out and go for a jog with me? So, I don't know. But this guy like remembers all of them. So like we'll be months before a tour and he'll just be telling me like arbitrary details of some of the venues we're going to be playing because he Googled all of them.
Awesome.
So it's good to have.
I do that.
Yeah, it's
So,
good to have.
so for you guys, for the band, this was the Apocalypse. 2011 would rock if. Random question.
That's a damn good question.
What would?
Better metal albums.
All right.
I'm just
Better metal albums.
I'm just.
put out this year.
I'm so bored, man. Just straight anarchy. Just collapse of the economy, and
I'm gonna pan over.
this peacock gets a seat in the U.S. Congress.
Hello. Sorry.
Yo, what's up, peacock?
That would rock.
Well, I'm
It's
out of
just kind
bread.
of funny though because we stray from listening to metal when we're not playing shows just because a lot of it's been released.
Right.
And I'm not going to name anything.
I'm hoping for better hip hop albums.
A lot of what's been released in the last couple of years has been kind of trash.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't tour it that much though, because you can't really figure out how to use the internet. I'm sure there's plenty of good stuff. Like bands are always like, oh, there's nothing good out. But I mean, like, there's like hundreds of bands in every state.
There's good stuff.
We got
Trash.
we still got a lot of bands. Even like our friends back at home are putting out good records. But all of our bands all of our friends' bands are becoming more of like good hardcore bands, which
Right.
is great. We got bands from back home like Consumer and got what are our other friends? Where the Ocean Meets the Sky. They were just on the tour. They're a really good band. Band called Girl Fight. I love those guys. We got like bands from back home like Carousel Kings and With Life in Mind. Who else do we know that's like up and coming?
You named quite a bit of them.
Yeah, I don't know. Like
we're on tour with a lot of
Yeah.
bands from around our area too.
we kind of got like this like clique thing going. Like we never like Toda's not. A lot of bands have like a crew or whatever that they hang out with. And, we never really had that affiliation until like lately. We just have like a lot of friends that have really good bands, and we get the opportunity to play with them, which is awesome. We love watching them. Like watching With Life in Mind before we got on stage every night on the last tour was one of the sweetest things. So that's been kind of feeling like we have like kind of a crowd now. We have a group.
Definitely having a band that pumps you up before you go on is a good asset.
Yeah.
Before
All right,
we
guys.
roll on everybody.
Thanks a lot for coming out, talking a little bit.
Yeah,
Thanks for talking
yeah,
out.
pleasure.
How are you? How long have you been interviewing?